Hello again, it's Noob, and well, recently you might have seen a review of some GOSO Volkswagen Audi Group VAG. I'm not going to fall into the trap, you know which one. And these VAG keys are Jiggler keys. They are lockpicks, if you will. A type of lockpick called a Jiggler, which acts a bit like a key and a rake for these wafer slider style locks. So you'll notice that the bitting of these fake keys, if you will, are not like any sort of car key you've really ever seen. Here's an example of one of these sort of keys with their track on either side for wafers which either need to be pushed up or down. I've got a cutaway sort of demo version there to show you in a second. And these are very chunky, very thick, strong, I think they're hardened steel keys, which only have the bitting on one side, not both sides, allowing room to jiggle these up and down. And you'll notice that the bittings, if you will, of these are nothing really like a normal key. And they're not supposed to. They're supposed to give you room to put these into a lock like this and have room to slide it back and forth, go side to side, oscillate, all whilst under tension, and you're trying to set all of the wafers in the lock at the same time. And this cost me somewhere around, I know, £10, £50, £11, something like that, which is around 11, 12 US dollars, or thereabouts that time of filming, exchange rates and all that kind of jazz. And I thought these weren't too bad. Then I saw that there was a new set, a Generation 2 set of these GOSO VAG Jigglers. And I thought, do you know what? I want to have a look at these, because if these aren't too bad, and these are about the same price, £11 or thereabouts, that $12, $13, then for basically the same price, are these any better? Just so you know how these work, you've got inside these locks, you have a barrel. And inside here is a plug with all of these little wafers in. And on the inside of this, if I can get something to open it up with, there are sort of little tabs on the wafers. You probably can't see very well, but there are some little tabs on the wafers. You can just see the edge of one just there. And these are what ride up and down the cut track. You put the key in and you'll see how the wafers move up and down like that. And you can turn the lock like this when all the wafers are out of the way. So there's some on the bottom which needs to be pushed up, some at the top which need to be pushed down, and together they all get into place. And there's usually loads of different wafers in this. I think there are around 10-ish or thereabouts per lock. I could count them up. I'm not going to. There might be a bit less. But either way, you get the general idea. So you can imagine with a set of jigglers, you pop these in, and then, as I showed you before, some of these are a little harder to put in than others. Let's give it a go. Trying to get one that fits in. Depends on the bitting of the lock. But yeah, you can see how these act like a key, but as you move the jiggler up and down, you're giving different, and move it back and forth, you're giving all of these wafers different heights. And eventually, if you're turning at the same time, with the right jiggler, you'll probably get an open. Now, the first thing that I wanted to look at when I got this new version, the Neo version, the Neo VAG, I thought, are they different? Do we have sort of different bittings, different peak heights along these jiggler keys? And the answer is no. So if you ever were curious, straight away, the bittings are exactly the same. Let's try and find number one in the old set, the original set, and align these together. You'll see that they are identical. Of course, there'll be some variation. Same with two, and I'll just do this two. I think you get the general idea. Trust me, they are all the same. There you go. And yeah, I'll go on then. I'll show you 7 as well, just to round it all off. But you get the general idea, right? This one. Lots of noise for you there. Put these together and you'll see that, yeah, they are absolutely the same. The only difference is that these now have extra long handles, which you don't seem to be paying much more for. And by the way, prices vary all the time, right? So, you know, you get these off Chinese resellers on various emporiums and storefronts. Shop around. I bought these with my own money. It's not sponsored in any way. And these do vary. You know, if you buy them direct from China, they can be sometimes under £10 up to £30, depending on the massive price fluctuations. If you get them from a UK reseller, the prices can be even higher. So yeah, just do your research, shop around if you do like these. Okay, so yeah, these are Jiggler keys. The only difference is on these, the handles are longer. Now, it has to be said that these work on a very old style lock, which is becoming obsolete. There's clearly going to be thousands of cars out there that do have these locks, and vans, of course, and trucks and other things. But these locks are becoming obsolete. So, and Jiggler keys aren't going to teach you a lot about lock picking. So these are probably more for your professionals, people who might need to help somebody get into their car to find lost keys and those kind of things, maybe replace a lock. For hobbyists, not so much. But yeah, do they work? Well, to find out if these work as well as the last set, I not only have a couple of replacement cylinders, so these are third-party replacement cylinders, I actually have a lock from eBay from, I believe, a Mark IV Volkswagen Golf with no key because it was cheaper. I think that we'll look at some third-party ones and then we'll go in with this one blind. Because I've not actually used these on this before. I'm just pretty sure that it will work on one of these because it seems to work on the third-party ones, and I can't think of a good reason why it wouldn't work on an old Golf door lock. So we will give that a bit of a go, and I'll come back with some conclusions a bit later. So first up, so that we can see what's going on, you can see you've got all these sort of wafers sticking up, and this is the clear demo lock, and you can see how that works with the right key. All these wafers go up and down to the right place, and I'm going to try to use a Jiggler key like this and try to get this to sort of jiggle in the way that it intends to, and it can be difficult even when you can see the wafers to get them to behave. But there you go, you see how it sort of works. You're sort of jiggling and manipulating these wafers until they all fit. So if I remove this, you can see how they go up and down. And again, you can see how as I move this, how they jiggle. And again, you know, if you do jiggle and get it into the right position, there you go. Eventually, you'll get an open. So I have this lock with this bitting, and that all works. And I've chosen the number 2. Which again, now there'll probably a lot of camera shake, so I apologise, but the idea is with all of these things that you put them in, you give oh that was so much quicker than I was expecting. But yeah, that worked really nicely, and you can see how this bitting probably just acts a bit like a rake. Just trying to compare the two side by side. They're not too similar, are they? But you can sort of see how with a little bit of raking, a little bit of jiggling, these peaks here could lift the sliders or wafers up to height there. Yeah, so that worked. Another lock with a very different bitting. Compared to the last one, you see how different those two are. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, that works nicely. So, given that, I've chosen a completely different Jiggler, and hopefully that'll do. So let me just see if I can't, and again, any camera shake, just forgive me, I'll try to put some pressure on the top, and again, you're just trying to rake and jiggle and hope for the best. Oh, got it. So quite a lot of forcing to put on here while you're jiggling, but it clearly works, which is very cool. You've got good control over that as well. I definitely appreciate these longer handles, definitely. So these two locks are replacement barrels or cylinders. This is a VW Golf, actually. Yeah, I just thought I'd give this a go because I don't have a key for this, and it's all a sealed unit, so I can't like have a look inside and see what the wafers are like. So let's give this a go, see which one works. All right, let's start with one, and everything on my desk is moving around and rattling and so much noise. It's unbelievable. It'd be a lot easier if this was actually in a car. So probably not 1, 2, more like a little rake profile. Ah, got it. Wow, that was a fair workout, but we got it in the second one. So this does actually work on a, this is a second-hand one, got off eBay about a month back. And yeah, honestly, first time I've tried actually using these jigglers on it. You do need to put a bit of effort into it. I think this would be easier mounted in situ, rather than on a vice on a desk with a wobbly camera mount attached to the desk, which doesn't help. But yeah, it does show that we got it. And this one, I can see is quite useful because it is more like a toothed rake profile. So yeah, even on a blind lock with no key given to this. And why didn't I buy it with the key? Well, these are actually surprisingly expensive. You don't buy a replacement cylinder, you get them second hand. Some of these can be really expensive, especially with keys. So I cheaped out and I thought it would be a good test of these, and well, it was. So there you go. As you can see, these are really competent. They work just as you would expect them to. They work not only on the third-party ones, but this completely randomly bought eBay purchase with no key, it worked. So will these work on every single Volkswagen Audi group lock out there of this particular type? I've got no idea, but I think that they have a very good chance of opening many of them. Another thing which I found, which is very curious about this, is if I look at, say, number 3 here, and I go into this lock, I found that on the older set, and here it is, same bitting, same number, you can't get this key in. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out, and I found that all of these version 2 keys actually work better and slide into the locks easier. And I've looked and I genuinely can't really figure out why. There's something going on and I'm not entirely sure what that is, but the version 2s do slip into the locks much easier. Maybe there's some rough edges or the finishing, or it could be that some of these locks have a little step in them while these ones seem to be more consistent at the finishing. I'm not entirely sure. And it could be that from batch to batch, they vary, right? You know, they might not be consistent, but the one that I bought, it works really smoothly in all the locks, while the other one doesn't so much. And I thought I thought the first time that it's to do with the peak heights and how it has to slip out the wafers, but no, I haven't had a problem in getting any of these into these locks when I did in the version 1 set. So already this is looking a better thing. The other thing is, if you notice with the version 1s, you have to sort of use it like a key, using your the tips of your fingers. And you see my fingers getting grubby from handling these keys. They're probably not that clean, are they? Covered in a little bit of oil for preservation and metal filings probably. But yeah, you have to operate it with the tips of your fingers, while the version 2s, wow, are they more comfortable? I mean, they're not comfortable. And my hand has taken a bit of a battering from holding on to these, but they are at least 10 times more comfortable than the version 1s. I imagine that you could probably put some shrink tubing on and then a bit of marker pen to say which version, which number it is, if the number matters. I mean, I suppose it does. You go cycling through these to try to open a lock, because if you don't know what jiggler this lock will take, you'll need to go through starting on one of them and working your way through them until you get the one which works. But yeah, you could easily make these more comfortable with a bit of plasti dip or similar, or some shrink tubing or something, just to give these a little bit more comfort. But the fact that you've got more of this to hold in your hand, wow, does that make a huge difference to the amount of comfort and probably torque that you put on these. So you do need to turn these quite well. Good things, bad things. Good things about this are they work on everything I have. I'm pretty confident they'd work on a lot of other locks, considering that. They are so much more comfortable with these longer handles. They're about the same price. They are really strong. They're really strong, and they seem to be quite well made. Things I'm not so sure of, rather than I don't like, is some of these are branded GOSO. I don't know if they are GOSO or whether it's another brand or something generic, or I don't know the provenance of these, and they might come from many different factories. I'm not entirely sure. So buyer beware when you're buying from this type of tool from those type of sites. So just be aware of that. And as I said, they're not massively comfortable. They're quite well rounded. There's no sharp edges, don't get me wrong, but you know, you're putting quite a lot of turning force on these. And even though the longer handle is so much better, they just need to be made a bit more comfortable. Wear gloves, I don't know, something like that. But other than that, I can't really fault these for what they are. They are a marked improvement over the version 1s. And they are, as far as I can tell, exactly the same in terms of their bittings, but they just operate better in the locks and they're more comfortable. So for around the same price, I cannot see a reason for you to want to buy the version 1s. Now, would I recommend you buy these? If you're a locksmith and you're an automotive locksmith and you come up to a lot of these style of VAG group locks, then yeah, sure, I guess they could be quite useful. If you're a hobbyist, unless you're like me and you collect everything and you just like to demo things and have a bit of fun with some locks, they're not going to teach you anything about lockpicking really, I don't think. Not a great deal. I think you probably just better off with some Wavelock Jiggler keys for a couple of quid rather than buying these and having to buy some more expensive locks. I just don't think that these are really a hobbyist's tool, but I am a hobbyist and I quite like having them, so I am also a bit of a hypocrite in that regard. I'm just trying to say to any sort of new beginner pickers out there who are curious, I don't think you're going to learn a lot from these. To people who are magpies like me, hey, go for it. It's only a tenner. So yeah, the only other thing to say is these locks are, I think I mentioned it earlier, going obsolete. Less and less of these are around all the time. Lock manufacturers moving away from these in the same way that Ford moved away from the TIB system. So, you know, these aren't going to be viable for probably that many years to come, depending on where you are in the world. But yeah, they're sort of fun. They are so much better than the, get these out, the version 1s. And whilst I was a little bit disappointed that these weren't somehow like a companion to these with different bittings, I thought the version 2s were like more choices, which might have been a good thing. But no, turns out that they're not actually any different in terms of the bittings, but they are just a better choice. And if you do get given the option of buying both sets together, don't. They are sometimes sold with both sets together in the picture. You think, wow, I'm getting all these kind of 14 different jigglers. No, you're not. You're getting 7 twice. So just bear that in mind also. So yeah, I'd love to know what you think about these in the comments. I do read them all and reply to as many as I can. If you like this video and want to see more like it, then hit that subscribe button. If you really think I deserve it, smash that notification bell, hit the like, all that good stuff, because it really helps my channel out and I do appreciate it. Otherwise, stay safe, happy picking, and I will see you all next time.